welcome to Sestra-Tainment. I'm Lenora.
And I'm Dee.
And we're coming to you today in regards to everything entertainment. So, sis, you are up first this week. What you got?
So what I have is actually a book. So I had this book in my Audible.
Okay.
For like maybe 4 years now, 5 years, 4 years now.
Okay.
And I was like, man, what is this book? Because I deleted my Audible and I was like, all right, let me go ahead and get it again so I can get right back into the books again.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, let me see what this book was about, because I remember that I was looking at The Breakfast Club on YouTube and like the morning show. Mm-hmm. And Charlamagne the God was talking about this book, and he was talking about how good of a book it was. So I was like, all right, I'll go ahead and get this book. So that was like 2020.
Okay.
And then now I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and listen to it. It is a good book, but it can be triggering. Oh. And it is, I think it's like an autobiography. I can't tell for sure if it's real or not, but I believe that this is real. So the name of it is A Piece of Cake.
Okay.
And the name of the writer is Cupcake Brown. That is her name. Okay. So it's just basically a story about her life. So where I'm at right now, it starts off with her life with her, being with her mother, then like growing up, being with her mother, being with the man who she thought was her dad wasn't her dad. Okay. Found that out. But her mother passes away. And then from her mother passing away, she has to try to figure out, like, it's her and her brother. So now they're trying to figure out where they're going to go. Are they going to be in foster care? Or are they going to go with their dad? Oh, that's not their dad. This other guy is their dad. Oh, wow. This other guy is our closest kin or whatever, and he wants to take them, but he only wants them for the Social Security checks. Oh, and then it goes from there to then foster care. And then when she gets into foster care, it goes downhill from there. But she is so strong in how she talks about everything with it. And the only thing that I don't like is that, I don't know if she's reading it or not, but that person should not
be reading it.
Be reading this book.
Voice. Okay.
They need to be reading another book, because it's like, I don't know, because I can tell that some of the stuff is like with an accent. Okay. And then the lady's trying to do it, but you're not all there. Oh. It's close. It's like, Yeah, interesting. But I can tell she's acting. It's not like some people can read the book and like say it, and it sounds like it fits. Mm-hmm. This is just.
I listened to a book where Jeremy Irons was singing, like was the one who was reading the whole thing and narrating every character in every like you knew who it was because of how he was narrating each character, and that was amazing. Yeah,
I like that. So, but in the book, she goes through a lot. Her foster mother beats her. Her foster cousin, I guess, ends up basically taking advantage of her. And then her foster father takes advantage of her. She gets pregnant. She's out on the street. She tries to tell the police. She tries to tell doctors. She tries to tell everybody that, I'm getting my tail whooped by this lady. We can't go anywhere in the house. You can be in your bedrooms when you go to bed. You can be in the kitchen. Well, actually, you can't go in the kitchen at all. Okay. You can be in the dining room when you have to eat. Can't be in the living room. That's for the grown folks. Okay. So you can sit in the den, or you can go outside.
Oh, my goodness.
And that's it. That's all the places you have. So it was this book is very deep, like the way that she's talking about it now. I'm up to, I think it goes from her being 11 years old. And now I believe she's just at 15. But I think she's just at 15 because she lies a lot in the book. She tells people that she lies about her age, so I can't remember
where she is because she's going
because
back and forth,
she's on the street.
Yeah,
she's like she's
rather be on the street than in the foster.
Oh my God, the stuff that happens. It talks about how she goes into being a prostitute for a night. She is running away from this lady from the foster house. Well, the foster house altogether, because she's running away from a couple of them. Yeah. But she's running away, and then this just other girl is out there, but she's an older girl. She might be like, probably high school age or maybe a little older. And she was like, "Hey, what you doing out here?" And she was like, "I'm out here. I ran away." And the girl was like, "Well, if you need money, if you're gonna run away, where you gonna stay at?" Blah blah blah. And then the girl was telling her about her lifestyle and stuff like that. And the girl was standing there talking to her, gave her some water for her to drink, gave her some chips or whatever, car pulls up. The girl talks to the guy. She said, "I'll be right back." Hops in the car. Then a few minutes later comes back. So then the girl was like, the character Cupcake was like, I wonder what she was just doing. So then it goes to her still talking to the lady, and another car pulls up, and the dude was like, pulls up, and she says, "Hey, you want one or two? Like, what, you want a single or a double?"
Oh, wow.
And then she says, "Go ahead, little girl, you go." And then you just meet this girl, and now you are prostituting her out.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the girl goes, she already knows what she needs to do because she's already done it with like the foster care people. And then she comes back, she has her money. The girl takes her to where the pimp is. The pimp is like, well, she sees the girl give the pimp money. And she was like, hold on, this is my little $40 that I have to hold on to because I need this and I need that. He's not taking my money. And then, so it's all of that, how she gets into drugs at like 11, 12 years old, how she's still on drugs and she's like 15, 16 years old. And I mean, it's like, she talks about getting arrested. It talks about a lot of stuff. Wow. And this is a very, very deep book, but it's written very well.
Yeah. Definitely. Really well. Yeah. But you just still don't know whether or not it's a true story.
I did because I don't have the actual book to like read the insert or whatever.
The preface.
I mean, it might give me preface. Yeah, it might. Let me see if there's any information about it. Really.
Yeah, I was just wondering because that's a lot for it to come out of somebody's imagination if it's not real.
Yeah, exactly.
But then if it is real, you're like, oh my gosh, what a tough life to live. So it's just trying to navigate, what they put up with.
Title details. Let's see if they have anything in there. I don't want to see anything.
It might not be. I mean, but it's just, some people are just very creative in their thought process too, and just like what they have seen or witnessed. And then, how you people watch and then you make stories about a person and their life and their situation, and that becomes the character,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, so this is a true story about Cupcake Brown.
Oh, wow.
The lady who wrote the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it says it's a memoir.
Oh, goodness. That's terrible that she had to go through all of that. But, unfortunately, kids are going through this every day.
But she says that she's going through all this before she turns 20. Because she's like 16.
Yeah, exactly.
15, 16, I guess. Man, but it is a good book, and then to know that she has come out, she has written a book about her life, and she's succeeding. That is a blessing.
Yeah. How did you hear about this particular book again?
Charlemagne the God from the Breakfast Club. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but I mean, I had it for years. I just didn't start it because it was other books that I wanted to listen to.
I wonder if she's done any other books too.
I don't know,
maybe
I have to look it up.
Yeah,
but for somebody on the radio to talk about, I'd be like, yo, this is book right here.
Yeah, it's interesting how he even found out about it, because you would think if you aren't really a known author, then how do people discover you? You know what I mean?
Charlemagne has he has his company, the Black Effect Publishing or something like that. So he does have the publishing company and everything.
Gotcha.
So he's on a couple of different things. He has his hands in a lot of stuff, even though he's not the nicest person in the world. And he jokes a lot, but some people can't take his jokes because, he's a habitual line stepper.
Yes. He goes over the line.
He will hop over the line. Mm-hmm. But still, he does have some good recommendations, and he does say some good stuff. So there's that.
Got it.
Yeah, so check it out. It is called A Piece of Cake. You can buy it. You can listen to it on Audible.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
What you got, sis?
So I have Mr. Throwback to lighten the mood a little bit. Mr. Throwback, it is on Peacock. It's actually a show that involves Steph Curry playing Steph Curry. And so it has Adam Pauly in it. I don't know if you've seen the preview for it. Ego Nwendum. She's the one, she's actually from SNL. She's been on SNL before. Yeah. And then Aiden Mayeri. And so you have Stephen Curry playing himself. Adam Pauly is playing Danny Grossman. Stephen, sorry. Yes, they do say that. Yes, sorry, Stephen Curry. Sorry. Stefan. They do. They say that
because he be Steffing on stuff. You know what I'm
saying? Gotcha. You have Ego playing Kimberly and Aiden playing Sam. That's kind of like how I'll start it, in regards to them. So anyway, the show is funny because it goes into the story of, I'll just read you what it starts off as. It says, "This is a story of the most dominant basketball player of all time, a player so electrifying and so loved on and off the court that nobody could stop him except himself." We're not talking about Stephen Curry. It's Danny Grossman.
Okay.
So it is a comedy, it's satire, it's the whole 9 yards. So everything I just read was Stephen Curry saying that. Like he was just like, oh, this is the best player. This is that. And you're seeing him dunking and you're seeing him doing all this stuff and layups and all that. And you're thinking he's talking about himself. And he's like, no, in 6th grade, I was the backup to Danny. Danny was the man. Danny was getting ready to be taken into college.
Okay.
And Danny was
6th grade.
So Danny was the best. Danny's father was the coach. And so basically, let's see, what does it say here? So Danny was so good that, Steph was the backup and he was the coolest person. Like Steph was like, I just wanted to be his friend. Like that's all. Like I just wanted to be.
He was just awesome. He was
Danny's
the man.
friend. Danny was the man. And so what ends up happening is that they're like, why haven't you heard of him? This is all Steph Curry, bringing all this up. Why haven't you heard of him? And he's like, that's a good question. And then it goes on to the show, right? Okay. So then it shows Danny, and he's like just trying to sell stuff in a TikTok shop or whatever, like his T-shirts or his,
but is it grown whatever. Danny?
Grown Danny, right? Okay. And so he's just talking about things and all of that. And basically it ends up being that he owes somebody money. So Danny's like trying to sell stuff, he's hustling, right? Somebody comes in, beats him down. This is all first episode. Beats him down. And they're like, you owe us X number amount of dollars and you better give us our money. And he's like, give me 24 hours. I'm going to have it for y'all. I promise. Okay. Like whatever. So then they, continue to beat him up. So then he gets the wise idea. You know what? I'm going to go see Steph Curry at his game. And I'm going to talk to him about a business venture or whatever it is that he, brings up that he wants to talk to him about. So Kim, the girl from SNL, is Steph's, manager, and they all went to high school together. So he shows up at the game, and Steph Curry's walking into the back, sweaty after the game and stuff, and he's like sneaking in through the back tunnel, and he's like, Danny Grossman? Because, Danny's trying to get close to Steph and all security is trying to stop him. He's like, no, I know him. We went to high school together. And of course, Kim is like rolling her eyes like, oh gosh, Danny Grossman of all people. Yeah. Like, seriously. So then he's like, yeah, man, I was just thinking we need to hang out. We need to like connect. And so Steph's like, yeah, sure. Come into the locker room. I'm going to change. Let's, talk, whatever. And he was like, Danny, you were like the man. Like, I just wanted to be around you. Like, this is like so great to see you again. And then all of a sudden, Danny starts going down the path of, what it is that he wants to happen, and here goes Kim. See, I knew it. He didn't show up for no reason. He showed up because he wants something and blah, 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 blah. And he was like, you've been leeching off of him the whole time. And, they like going back and forth. So anyway, Steph does invite Danny out. They go out to a club. They're hanging out, big balling, shot calling, champagne flowing, whatever, dance floor, all that stuff. So they're hanging out and Steph's like dropping all this knowledge, and talking about stuff. And he's like, yeah, because I got this camera crew and they're watching me the whole time. They want to do a documentary on me, but you're the more important person. Like you're the one that they should do this documentary on. So everybody stop filming me, start filming Danny. And then everybody's like, okay. So basically now the camera crew
has a documentary.
Is following Danny around and they're just like, okay, who is this nobody? Like somebody do some research on him, find out what is this. What was the controversy? Why didn't he become the biggest name? Come to find out, with his father being the coach, Danny supposedly was like this phenom in the 6th grade, but he was actually like 4 years older than that. So you know how you have it where like, you're supposed to be 12 or something, but you're actually 16.
Yeah.
And so based on that, it just became a big, conspiracy, brouhaha, the whole 9 yards, all of that stuff. But basically the show is all about having this documentary about Danny Grossman, why he didn't become an NBA success story, and all the stuff that happened to hinder that and all the things that he did in the process. They were saying things like, this is the Jewish Jordan on the court right now.
The Jewish Jordan.
It was like crazy stuff.
JJ.
Yeah, exactly.
Throwing J's.
And they said that he was recruited into the NBA from the 4th grade. Like, it's just crazy stuff. It was, they said he did a triple, and that even when he had tonsillitis, a fever of 102, he was just on the court, like running laps around everybody. And then they took like transposed pictures of Steph and him when they were younger and put that in there to make them look like they were like standing beside each other on the court or whatever. And Steph was all shorter than Danny and, just all that kind of stuff. So it was just hilarious. So everybody was just saying that he was just this amazing talent as the coach's son. And it's just a comedy about a father who, they also have all these people in the documentary, right? So they talk to the father and he's just, he's an interesting guy.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you have, they're talking to Danny and you're seeing all of the shenanigans that Danny has going on. You have Steph in there occasionally talking about how great and amazing Danny was. And then, of course, you have Kim, who is just like looking at her phone the whole time and is like, who? Oh, yeah, Danny. Yeah. He's a leech and a lowlife. And then she'll just go back to doing whatever she's doing, right? And so, but yeah, it's so funny because they're just talking. They build him up. And then they're like, and his whole career crashed at 14 and a half. Or something like that.
Your career crashed at 14 and a half.
Because, that's what it was. He was
really
2.5. No, he was 2.5 years older than what they were saying. So he was supposed to have been 12, but he was 14 and a half. Okay. And because of that, now his whole career, the Jewish Jordan, didn't become who he was supposed to be because of this. So it's silly. It's goofy. It's like 6 episodes.
What is it on?
A lot. It's on Peacock.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's a kind of cute and funny. Cute. Yeah, funny show. So, and it's an easy watch. So for anybody who's interested, or if you're Steph Curry fans, whatever the case may be, then check it out. It is called the Mr. Throwback.
All right.
Yep. So there you go. All right. So what do you have, sis?
All right. So I have the DNC.
The DNC.
So I
had that as under my hot topic.
Yeah,
but I'll talk about some other things under hot topics.
Yeah. Well, I'll do it as a hot topic because it's just the things that happen there.
Yeah.
Okay. So first things first, I just want to say that there is a lot of things going around about the DNC roll call compared to the
roll call. Oh, sorry.
Okay. So this is the DNC roll call.
Yes.
And this is what it sounds like, and then I'll play the RNC roll call.
Georgia, how do you cast your vote?
Oh, God. Okay, this is the roll call.
Okay, wait. Can I play California real quick?
Yeah. Play California. Wait. Does California skip?
My name's Governor Gavin Newsom. From the great state of Nancy Pelosi.
Knows how to party. California knows how to party in the city of LA. Okay, y'all don't need to hear me. But anyway, yeah. So I thought it was just funny because I guess every state pretty much had music.
That's what I'm getting into.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is the Republican roll call right here. So let's go ahead and do that.
With a call of the roll of the states.
Just hear the difference.
Are you ready?
Just hear the difference.
Iowa, 40 delegates.
Was it clapping? I didn't see that before.
Iowa.
Georgia. 59 delegates.
It was just funny because it seems like the RNC is like very we are eating our crumpets and drinking our tea, and the DNC is like we outside. You know what I'm saying?
We outside.
We outside.
Well, to me, I said, first and foremost, shout out Toby. I was like, okay, do you have any background? Because she is our political correspondent, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
She is the person who, when I say watched it, like from the opening till the very last commentary was done post DNC. Yeah. Like she's watching it all. She knows all the inside tracks. She knows everything. I don't know why she doesn't have her own TikTok page talking about it from top to bottom, left and right and center, because she knows it all and watches it all.
Exactly.
But I digress. Anywho, but I was just like, girl, I said, this is the biggest troll ever, because unfortunately for the Republicans, everybody was like, you can't use my music. You can't use and I mean, it's more so for Trump than it is for the Republicans, but it's like, no, I don't want you playing
cease
my music.
and desist,
which
right?
I was surprised that they even play Cool in the Game, because I'm like, did they get their approval? I don't know. Like,
for who?
Iowa. That was what was playing in the background.
No. Iowa. The lady said Iowa. And then the people. Then it was silence. Oh. And then it was like, are they supposed to clap? And then the people start clapping. And then it goes to the DNC. So
that was the DNC with the...
Yeah, that's what I said. You gotta look at
because I hadn't heard the Iowa with, Cool in the Game.
So
the
comparison was like, okay, we're going to say this, and nobody's clapping. Are they paying attention?
Yeah.
To, are you ready, Iowa?
Yeah, exactly. So, but every state had its own song, is my understanding. I didn't hear the song for Virginia, but anyway.
Virginia's song was Timberland.
Oh, was it Timberland? Okay, I was wondering about that. I was like, it had to be Missy, Timberland, Pharrell,
I think it was,
somebody. I would
I'm
think.
bringing sexy back.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Is that what we're doing?
I think that's what it was. I can't remember.
That is hilarious.
But it was just the beat though. It was like the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, well, they could have played Dave Matthews. They could have played anybody. Like, it could have been anything. It could have been anything. But I just love the fact that everybody, not only from what I understood when I talked to our political correspondent, was that not only was it that they had the approval, people were saying, I want you to play our music at the convention.
Okay.
So they were going to them and saying, hey, put us out there.
My stuff.
Put me out there. Yeah. Put me in, coach.
Put me in, coach.
Kind of situation. Okay. So I was like, oh, okay. I didn't realize that. But then I said, who decided this? Because, again, biggest troll ever. Because if you think about it, you have one side that gets in trouble if they even play. Like, Bruce Springsteen doesn't want them playing their music. But then you have the other side where it's like, everybody can play it. Yeah. And so the answer was...
And nobody thinks this is a problem. But okay, continue.
I mean, but some people don't care about the music and all that stuff. They're just like, yeah, whatever. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. It's all the Hollywood stuff.
But the thing is that
cares.
the music influences people. So
the music does influence
if you
people.
have the whole Beehive, it's like if they played the Beehive music at a Trump rally, then boom, it would be, you would know that either Beyonce wouldn't have anybody or everybody would be voting for Trump. So now that they have the Freedom song for Kamala, it's like... I think somebody else was trying to play it. I don't know if Trump was trying to play it or J.D. Vance was trying to play it. And she was about to send a cease and desist.
Oh, goodness. Okay. But she said that Kamala Harris's camp has a lot of young people who are like social influencers who are driving a lot of the decision making. So she is thinking, I don't know if she's gotten that finalized or, official, but it's just like, oh, yeah, they knew that there were all these people. So if you have all these artists, why not just figure out what 50, get the approval from those?
Oh, it's more than 50.
Well, I mean, you got Puerto Rico, you got everything.
I didn't even know how many places
District
we
of
owned.
Columbia.
I didn't even know how many places we owned.
What are you talking about?
The United States. The territories.
Oh, you mean like Guam and the British Virgin Islands and stuff like that?
It was another one that's right, like, that's, I'll show it to you. It was
Samoa?
another one. No. It starts with an M, something Islands, Meriden Islands or something like that. What is that? When did it come up?
I don't know, but as long as I don't need a passport, maybe I need to go. So
it is near Japan.
Well, the interesting thing is,
that's something like, why do we?
I don't know what's out there.
Yeah,
but we need to look it up. But I just wanted to chime in to say that was something that it was just so interesting to hear all the music and know that all these artists were just like, yes, go for it, play it. Continue.
Yeah. So the DJ that they had, because they had the announcer, what is he called? What is that?
The announcer. He
has a name. He has a name, but I can't remember who it was. But they had him, and then probably about 10 feet away from him was DJ Cassidy. Mm-hmm. And he was there at his DJ booth, stuff like that. And he was like, "So we gonna pass the mic because DJ Cassidy,
he's always about.
He was
the Marina
pass
Islands.
the mic for this roll call." And then he just changed the music up for every. I mean, when I say, I feel like some of the places were probably, I'm from this state, I need you to play this. If people were going to them.
Yeah.
Or what songs can I find that had the people from this state in it? You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what they had the young people working on like, okay, we have this, like we have all these artists. Oh, they're from, what state is the main person from that group or that artist, whatever from. So let's go ahead and connect them to the state. And then, oh, by the way, are there any artists that we could ask if we could use their music for those states and then see? Yeah. Exactly. So it all worked out, but that was amazing.
There was a lot of celebrities there. A lot of celebrities actually spoke for their states.
Yeah.
Along with
of
their
Spike Lee
stuff. Spike Lee was there. What is the name of the guy from Treme?
I know. I can't think of his name. Yeah, I can't think
Louisiana.
Of his name.
And then you had the dude who plays Rudy.
Yeah, exactly.
He was on there. And he was like, and I played the most beloved football player. Everybody goes insane. Like, Rudy,
exactly.
Rudy,
I know,
Rudy.
it's so funny.
So, but I did. I loved all of that. I loved that it was entertaining. I loved that it
Sean
was
Austin.
A party.
Yeah, that's Sean Austin who played Rudy. Yeah.
But it was like a big party. So I mean, I thought that was really good.
Wendell Pierce.
That's right.
Wendell Pierce.
I did know his name.
Yep, I knew it. I was just like, I can't think of his name, but for Louisiana.
But it was awesome. They did have, how many nights was the convention?
It was 3, 4? I think Tuesday through Thursday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think. Wait, hold on.
Thursday,
maybe it was Monday through Thursday.
I think it might have been 3 days. Anyway,
3 or 4 nights.
One of the nights.
Yep.
They had Vice President Kamala Harris's nieces there.
Yes.
And this is the reason why they were there. Kerry Washington actually introduced them.
Tell us your names.
Hello, everybody. My name's Amara. And my name is Leela, her little sister.
And what are you here to do?
To teach you how to say your auntie's name.
Okay. So how do you pronounce it?
First you say comma like a comma in a sentence. Then you say la like la 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 la.
Put it together and it's 1, 2, 3, Kamala. All right, so let's practice.
Everybody over here say comma. Everybody over here say la.
Together.
It's really cute.
I thought that was cute. Also, I don't know why they put that dress on that baby.
Oh gosh, leave that baby alone.
Because she looks like an American Girl doll.
Aw, but that's cute. It's cutesy.
They were really trying to be like, look, you little bad tail kid. We're about to give you 2 pigtails and put this dress that got the doily on the top.
Oh my God. Well, can I tell you how quick the internet works? That I'm looking through my Facebook and somebody that I know out in California literally has shirts that they've made that they're selling on Shopify.
Yeah, no, they've been on
with
there.
the comma.
Yeah, and then la.
And then la on there.
Yeah, they've
and
been,
I was
they've
what?
been out there.
They've been out there the whole time?
Oh,
okay.
They've been out there
hers.
since she has decided to run. Bam.
Comma.
The amount of shirts that I saw all over social media.
Yeah, shirts are gonna be big.
The shirts. Oh my God! Somebody took. So you know how like they have like the front porch scene of like I can't remember what, but it's like it was like they had the Golden Girls sitting there and they had like the hoodies on, the Timbs and the jeans and everything like that sitting on a stoop. Well, they changed it now. I think it was.
I've never seen that t-shirt.
Yeah, I think it was like AOC, Michelle Obama. Kamala Harris, and I can't remember. And RBG. And I was like, yo, that's funny. But yeah, she has a lot of shirts that are out there for sale. You can definitely check it out on any social media platform because people is out here trying to make this money.
Oh, they gonna make this money.
Yeah, make this money.
And a lot of pink and green stuff.
Oh, a lot of
and pearls
stuff.
and Converse. Yeah. So lot going on.
Lots of that. Mm-hmm. Also, I just want to talk about Tim Wall's son.
Oh, yeah.
So they said that Tim Wall's son has a problem with his speech. Is that what it is?
They said he's neurodivergent.
Yeah, yes. So when he was standing up clapping and crying and say, that's my dad, they were like, yo, he's talking. Like,
oh, wow.
Like, that is amazing. So with that, what is that lady's name? Ann Coulter.
Oh, boy.
Ann Coulter is a special kind of demon.
Well, she only comes out around politics, it seems like, because I don't think anybody here is hide nor hair of her until it's like
she has to go into hiding.
Yeah. It's like
she can't afford security detail all the time.
I don't
know.
So
she only gets it like when it's the RNC, the DNC, when it's time for y'all to vote.
She definitely comes out in those types of times.
So, Ann Coulter had taken a picture. It says Tim Walt's 17-year-old son breaks down in the DNC. Ann Coulter puts in a picture of him and says, talk about weird. Because Tim Walz had said that, the Republicans were doing something weird or Trump was doing something weird.
Right.
Like
because that's his word.
He used the word
He
weird.
uses the word, but he was using the word weird all along then started using it to talk about,
Exactly. So after he put that, I don't know if this was him or if it was somebody in his camp or maybe just a random person said, I'm going to make a fake Tim Walz profile.
Oh, wow. What was it?
But it says, talk about why your fiancés keep leaving you. And then underneath it says... It's a picture of Ann Coulter's Wikipedia page, and it says, personal life. Ann Coulter has been engaged several times, but has never married and has no children. That... I love it, though. He was supposed to go high.
No.
He was supposed to go high.
He never said he was going to go high.
But you know what? Michelle was talking... Maybe she was talking to the ladies when she said, when they go low, we go high.
No, he never said he was going to go high.
Duck, he gets to the nitty gritty. I heard that his suits, what did Barack Obama say about his suits? He said, them suits have been through some things, seen some things. And his wife, and then, what is her name? I can't remember her first name, but Miss Waltz.
Yeah.
She was like, yes, she was clapping and was like, they have been through some things.
And remember, it's waltz, not waltz.
That's right.
Because that's a thing that Minnesotans get in trouble for saying waltz when he first got into office. Yeah.
But that was another big thing that was
so for the DNC, I think it was 4 nights because one night you had Biden to speak. That was the first night.
Yeah, and people were like, why they do Biden like that?
What do you mean?
That man was tired.
Oh, please, whatever.
Why they had 17 other people come and then had him come?
Whatever.
It's like,
let him talk. Get his moment.
But I'm thinking to myself, he slept through everybody else talking. So then he could come up and he had to be well rested. But they said that he did his best.
No, I mean, I don't know why they even said
it?
anything. Like, why? I mean, I just feel like people always have to have something negative to say because he's older. So therefore, it's always going to be. Yeah, I know. But the point is that this man has been a complete patriot to his country. Yeah. He's done a lot of amazing work. He's still our president, and he is still running the largest country, when it comes to gross capital, blah, 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 in the world. So therefore, it's like he's still running a powerhouse, and everybody's acting like they've already put him to the pasture.
Oh, no.
And that's
I was just saying that
they
were saying like, if he's the president and he's old, like,
yeah,
y'all should have let him go ahead and go first. And then the peasants.
But no, but the whole purpose is that the main attraction is who goes last, and he was the main attraction. Yeah. And then the next night you had the Obamas to speak.
Yes, and that was very good.
Yeah, and they say, in regards to, Michelle, it's like everything that she ever wanted to say in life, she said. You know what I mean? It's like all those things she was holding back. And have you heard the song that they have for Michelle and what she said? You haven't?
No, I have not. But she did have one part where she was talking, and let's see.
Everything in his power to try to make people fear us. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hardworking, highly educated, successful people who happen to be black.
So loud.
I want to know who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs.
Okay, now here's that. Here it is. You ready? All right, pause. Here we go. Hold on.
The job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs. Those black jobs. One of those black jobs. Those black jobs. One of those black jobs. Those black jobs. One of those. Who's gonna tell him that the job might be one of those black jobs? I'm here to do my black job. I'm here to do my black job. Those black jobs. One of those. Who's gonna tell him that the job might be one of those black jobs? Attorney General might be one of those black jobs. Vice President might be one of those black jobs. President might be one of those black jobs.
I love that. I do love that.
So yeah, it's like Attorney General, Vice President, President. Yeah, so it was hilarious. So anyway, it's like, who's gonna tell him? So yeah, so the internet does not disappoint.
Oh, yeah, absolutely
ever,
not.
They never disappoint.
People are very witty. But I do,
and they even created a dance with Oprah dancing to that, and Kamala and Michelle Obama.
That is too that.
But they're jamming though.
That is a disappointment.
Jamming. No, it isn't. They're jamming to
the
AI dancers. Okay. Yep, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, but
I did like President Obama's speech where he was saying when he was talking. And then he had mentioned the stuff about the Republicans and Trump. People started booing. He said, "No, don't boo, vote."
Yep, exactly.
I know that's right.
And I feel like that's exactly what he had said previously when he was running in 2008. Don't boo, vote. So it's like don't same thing.
Vote about it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I do feel like, can I just say that I feel like Walls is one of those people that is gloves off. You come at me, I'm gonna come at you. Like there's no question about it. It's very. We have a local newsman named Kurt Autry, and that's what I feel like Walls is giving me.
He is not giving me Kurt Autry
vibes. But I mean, I feel
he's
like
giving a very nice and sensitive older Kurt Autry, maybe.
No, I feel
because
like
Kurt Autry is like, I don't know who you thought you was, thinking that you can wear this with this. Polka dots and straps don't match, sweetie. So that's
I mean, yeah, but I guess what I'm saying from a political standpoint,
like a clapback.
I feel like that because he was just like, I mean, he was cursing in there, and I was like, say who now what? Mm-hmm. Like because normally everybody tries to keep everything above board, and you're not trying to, do whatever. But he was just like whatever, And then I also feel like he was trying to get to America's like heartstrings in the middle of the country, right? Yeah. Because that's the area that I think one part of the country or one part of the party feels as though that's the part that's missing, right? Is that how do we get to the heartland? How do we get to the people in Oklahoma and Nebraska and Iowa and all those different places? And so he was just like, look, you got to care about your neighbor. You got to care about that person. I'm a high school coach. Or had been, I've done this, I've done that. The students come out, they have amazing things that they feel about him and have said about him and all those kind of things. So I think it's like that. But also I feel like he's just like, yeah, but I'm not going to just let things slide. And I think Kamala's not going to let things slide. So I think it's like a different regime because one of the things that I feel like myself and other people who look at ourselves as Democrats would say is that everybody's too nice. Everybody's too sweet. Put your gloves on and fight. And that's what they're yelling now. Everybody is like, absolutely. We're going to fight. We're going to, it's all about the fight now. It's not just about rolling over and being like, no, we're going to turn the other cheek. We're going to be nice. We're going to be sweet. Like, I don't think people want that anymore. People want people who are like, no, I'm going to defend. I'm going to fight. I'm going to, I'll kick you in your face if I need to, but I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure that we protect the country. So that's all I wanted to say. But yeah.
So I did have something about, it is the Michigan Attorney General. Okay. Her name is Dana Nessel, and this is what she had to say.
A message for the Republicans and the justices of the United States Supreme Court to can pry this wedding band from my cold, dead, gay hand.
I love that. I just wanted, it was some things that people were saying in their speeches. I was like, who wrote this? Because give this person a Pulitzer.
Not a Pulitzer.
A Pulitzer. Who was it? Jasmine Crockett. She's on her alliteration thing. She was like villainous, vigilante, some. I can't remember exactly how she said it, but she was going in like the blonde, was it blonde? Bleach, blonde, butch,
body.
Yeah. So it was just like that. So she's just, I don't know, she's just moving around the alphabet or what, but then maybe that's her thing, And then AOC talked. It was a lot of people that talked. Bernie did a great talk, but then he was still on his same thing. He was like, look, I know we came together for this, but what I'm going to tell you is that all these billionaires need to go ahead and, go away. They don't need to vote. We need to vote. They don't need to vote because they're going to vote us out, and it shouldn't be all this money into this and shouldn't be all this into that. And then the next person who comes on is a billionaire. It's got to be great,
Yeah, well, one of the things I did want to mention, too, is it says former Georgia Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan, Olivia Troy, who was the Homeland Security Advisor for Mike Pence, former Trump White House Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham, and former Representative Adam Kinzinger have all thrown their support behind Kamala Harris and Walz, suggesting that Trump lacks the moral character to lead the nation. And one person was like, basically saying he was unhinged, but yeah, and just that it's like a tyrant, a tyrant that you were working for. I think that was the press secretary who was basically saying something to that degree. But anyway, so, and also it was people sitting because I was watching it. I intentionally watched it through MSNBC just so that I could see who all was like the commentary people. And they did have two Republicans were sitting with the lady who was the host. And then they had other people on video who were, giving their commentary as well. One gentleman, he is a journalist that said that he has been at the conventions ever since I don't know, Reagan or something like that. Wow, his father was always at them, and his mother and father met at a convention. So he said that he feels like he was birthed from a convention. Okay, I and he's that. Just so always, as a kid, has just constantly gone and experienced them throughout his whole life. So anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting because how do you get tickets to something? How do you even go? We're
going to have to ask Grisham's brother. Oh, Bilal, tell us, how do we get there?
How do you get there and how do you participate? Because the only thing that I was thinking is our friend, political commentary person,
Baby
Bones, of why, I would think that would be the play. She would be a club for her, just to be there, even if it wasn't the roll call, just being there.
I just know that Toby would have on every single thing Like, she would be decked out. She's going to have, like, the glow-up bracelets, the big hat, the big top hat, like an Uncle Sam hat. She's going to have, like, the
red, white,
earrings that are going to have,
yeah.
like, the earrings are going to have, like, I don't know, does Kamala have does she have a, like a symbol?
I don't think
like
so.
I don't know.
Like
but,
Prince? I'm just
no,
joking.
like remember President Obama had the
yeah, he had
symbol.
the hope and then all that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
so
I
just,
don't
you know what I'm
know.
saying?
That's a good question.
But yeah, I could see Toby decked out.
Yeah, you know, we're gonna have to see.
We won't go back, or we're not going back. All over the shirt.
Exactly.
Toby's gonna be passing out. Hey, are you registered to vote? Which state are you in? I have all the information right here. This is where you need to go to. I can see Toby's doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's who people need when they're running for something. Get Toby to do it.
Yeah, Toby for whatever. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
For the organizer.
Yeah.
Toby for organizer.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'll be like the lady in Ross. Get somebody else to do it. Get Toby to do it. Yeah.
Oh my
but that's all I have for the DNC. Was just talking about that. But you got some more hot topics you said you want to talk about?
I do. So
hot topics.
It's with a sad heart
Oh no.
that I'm going to share
No, who died?
that Benifer is no more.
Who?
Benifer.
Who is Benefit? I was about to cuss.
We're about to cut. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, I didn't even know that they were a thing.
They're married.
Where have I been? Hold on. I thought that they were just dating. I didn't know
They got married 2
Did we
years
talk
ago.
about that on the podcast?
I don't know.
2 years ago? I barely remember yesterday. You want me to remember 2 years ago?
You should have known. It was after her and what's his name? A-Rod.
Yeah, A-Rod. Yeah, but I
and
thought
like
they were just
6
talking.
weeks later, her and Ben are seeing. I mean, I don't know if it was 6
but I
weeks
thought they were
exactly,
just
but they're
together.
seeing together. They're hanging out. They're whatever. They get married. They're like, this is going to be
She gotta
it
be
because
crazy
of the
or
fact.
something.
No, it's both of them. But it's
yeah,
like,
absolutely. It's
yeah.
toxic.
I mean, I'm just saying that both have been divorced, so therefore, why would we just blame the woman? You know?
Well, I was just going off of like, how many women has he dated that we've known about? Or whatever?
I don't know.
I mean, like, I feel like he's had long-term relationships more so than she has. Hers is-
potentially. So,
On to the
but
next
some
one.
people love.
That's very true.
Love falling in love.
Yes.
Maybe not as much love the process of working through the challenges of love.
That's true.
But
so
they
then when it gets
love
hard, they be
that
like,
whirlwind. And then when
you
things
know,
start being a challenge, then some people are like, eh.
Yeah.
And we also know that Ben Affleck has in the past, admittedly on his part, had alcohol and, abuse issues and,
Wasn't he sleeping
problems.
with like the babysitter or something?
I think so when he was with
I wonder if she looked like
Gardner.
JLo. I
Yeah,
wonder if she
so
looked like JLo,
something.
and that's why he did it.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I'm just being messy.
You are. You really are. And so
Entertainment.
it seems as though she filed for divorce on August the 20th. They actually, and you might not have made notice of their marriage because they originally eloped, but then they ended up having an actual ceremony that was, a big thing. So they eloped on July 16th, 2022. Okay. And on August 20th, she filed papers to divorce him.
Okay.
So that is how it works. They said that their official separation date, because there's been a lot of talk that the two of them really haven't been seen together. They've been showing up at different events separately or not, one would show up and the other one wouldn't. And even their birthdays recently, they did not hang out with each other. Okay. So when you would see them, they were not with each other. So therefore, they had their ceremony in Georgia. So again, what's weird is that they ended up getting married on July 16th of 2022, then had a formal ceremony that same year on August 20th. She filed the paperwork on August 20th, like literally the day of their anniversary, their 2-year anniversary. So it seems like that's a message, like,
yeah.
Why would you would you wait for a week after that? Would you have done it before that anniversary? What is the thing? I don't think there's anything from a spousal support or whatever that either one of them needs from the other. So it's not like a timeline of 2 years means anything other than this is the day that it started officially of us getting married, and this is the day I'm gonna end this.
Yeah, that could be what it is.
So
She's on this
so
numbers
something,
journey or dates journey.
Yeah.
It's like
so
it opened
says,
and now it's closed.
From what I understand, there was no prenup between the two of them. So I think they both must have thought that this was going to be it. Like karma, fate, all of that was bringing us back together again. And so based on that, we're just, we're going to be together and we're going to make this work. It has not. And basically it was JLo's fourth marriage and his second. So she did have more marriages than he has, because she had that Judd guy, Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony.
Yeah, and because that's the one she has the children with,
that's right.
and it was somebody else. I can't remember who that was, or maybe somebody even before Chris Judd, younger, when she was younger.
She played Selena.
Yeah, so they really thought that this was going to be their forever marriage, but it didn't work out that way.
But did they really, or did they just kind of miss each other?
Well, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is from a point of not doing a prenup.
Oh, yeah.
You're just thinking that, because you all have your own stuff, true.
Yeah.
But you never know who's going to be like, but then I want this.
Oh, who's worth more?
Have that.
Ben Affleck. Never mind.
I don't know.
Ben Affleck.
I don't know. And I think part of it is the same stuff that it was before, which is, you're in the public eye. She's used to it more, I guess, because I feel like people have in the past, and I'm not saying she's a Beyonce, but I'm just saying people in the past have been like, JLo, blah, 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 like just calling her name on the street and trying to take pictures and all that. Where Ben Affleck, I think he could have walked through some streets and people would have been like, oh, there's Ben Affleck. Yeah. But I don't know if they would have harassed him as much as they did.
Well, now that he's Batman, probably so.
But I'm just thinking too, when you have seen them together of late, whenever you did see them together, he looked very like, oh my God, like I am so tired of being around this woman that everybody wants to be around, and the pictures and the blah, blah, blah. And it was the same thing that happened before. It was very overwhelming from a Bennifer perspective. So, it does say that Jennifer waives spousal support and is asking the judge to deny Ben the same type of support as well. They don't have any children together, so there's no custody issues. And, hopefully they'll be able to separate everything without having to hash out anything money wise, other than if they are, living to, like for a house or something like that. But it does look like they put their marital home up for sale. So hopefully they just split it. Like that would make more sense. Because they haven't been living together since April anyway. So, but that's kind of it for Bennifer. So, end of another era for them, because it was an era, it went away, became an era again. I guess they had met the first time and started falling in love with each other with JLo, and then it all kind of went. I never watched that, but they said it was horrible.
It was a horrible movie.
Okay. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about was Jools as a hot topic. Jools Lebron.
Oh, yes.
So, Jools Lebron is somebody who has literally in the past few weeks become TikTok famous. And so I will just go ahead and play a quick video, because some of you may have heard of Jools, some of you may not have. And maybe the terminology that you're starting to see with Netflix and other areas is going to ring some bells. But here is Jools.
You see how I do my makeup for work? Very demure, very mindful. I don't come to work with a green cut crease. I don't look like a clown when I go to work. I don't do too much. I'm very mindful while I'm at work. See how I look very presentable? The way I came to the interview is the way I go to the job. A lot of you girls go to the interview looking like Marge Simpson and go to the job looking like Patty and Selma. Not demure. I'm very modest. I'm very mindful. You see my shirt? Only a little chichi out, not my chocho. Be mindful why they hired you. Here's your reality check, diva. What's the name you'd like me to make it out to?
It's so funny. So
reality check. What's the name you want me to make it out to?
Yeah,
I love that.
Exactly. So that is Jools. Jools is a transgender woman who is
very cutesy,
very cutesy, very mindful, very demure. And so you're going to hear very demure a lot if you haven't already. And so to the point that on Netflix, if you go to your Netflix in this moment, you will see very demure, very mindful. Yeah. And so basically it's like, it's hilarious. In regards to like, I feel like Jewel is doing this in a sarcastic, like, you know, like saying how they look and knowing that the word demure sounds so fancy and all of that.
Makeup, it's not extra. It's very
demure.
It's very
right,
cutesy.
Exactly. To the point that I'm looking at Serena Williams and she's like, do you see that's what she said. Do you see my makeup? It's very demure. It's very cutesy. It's very fancy. You know, and all this kind of stuff, you know, being mindful, you know, everything. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's
Netflix
doing it.
Everybody's
well,
doing it.
and the thing is that, so I went down this Jools rabbit hole.
Everybody in the world is doing it.
Exactly. And so what ends up happening is that Sephora now is working with Jewel. Yeah. You have Fenty, Jewel just said, oh, I love this lip cream. Fenty, can you send me a 5-gallon paint bucket full of this? And literally the next thing you know, it's like overnight ship. She's like, and she has a literal 5-gallon paint bucket. Amazing, And I don't think it was all of the lip gloss or lip balm, but it was like a bunch of stuff from Fenty. Yeah. And Fenty was like, oh, we jumped on it, girlfriend. We were being very demure and very mindful of what you wanted kind of thing. So everybody is speaking to it. Other people are just like, hey, you know, like, I mean, everybody's getting in on the trend, which is crazy. The other thing is that you have where, who else is it? Oh, she has since gone to Netflix. And so she has a picture of herself outside of the Netflix office at their corporate headquarters. And she is just like, basically like, more is coming, right? Yeah. More is coming. So she actually went to Netflix to create the very demure, very mindful playlist of movies and shows that she picked herself. So she was showing this, and then somebody was like, hey, do you know that Netflix is using it? Like, Netflix is in on the trend. She was like, yeah, I know. I helped them.
It's like, yeah, I know, because I'm very demure.
And I'm very mindful. And I'm very helpful.
Very cutesy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So she helped. She was on Jimmy Kimmel, where RuPaul was interviewing her in regards to everything. Or, you know, RuPaul was the one who was running the show and was talking about her and all of that. She ended up, what else has she done? It's like so many different things. And it's so cool. Now, there's drama. There's a girl named Selena. A trans girl named Selena, who is like, you stole it from me. I was the first one to say demure in 2001, 2002. And you have my video. And
2001.
So the thing was, right. So
what years?
Okay. But the thing is that they were like, it was like Selena saying it. Then you have where Jools is talking about Selena. So, you know, Jools follows Selena. So then Selena is like showing the video of Jools talking about, like, you know, being like Selena, I guess, you know. So Selena is just like, hello, like, obviously she's like copying me. But then everybody also is like, this is coming across not very demure. It's coming across very petty, you know, that kind of thing. And they're just like, look, so everything, it's a rabbit hole of crazy. So everything that Selena has been saying about, look, I'm just trying to say that this is an original. Like, she got demure for me. And other people are like,
but she couldn't deliver.
But they were like, it doesn't matter, because demure is a word that's been around forever. You didn't create the word. Exactly. And number two, ballroom culture has used the word demure forever. So therefore, it's like, you can't say that it's your word. And then it's also like, she, like you said, delivered. The way in which you did it was like, I'm eating a salad. I'm so skinny. I'm so demure. I'm so this. I'm so that. So it's very like this. But it was more like, I'm so cute and you should be jealous of me. Whereas the way Jools was saying it was like being funny, you know, like being cutesy and being mindful and being cute. Like, you all shouldn't be.
I'm not trying to do too much, because I'm going to play on what this chick over here just did.
I don't know.
She wants to eat her salad and be extra.
No, I think it's more like you all are going out here, you know, showing your cha-chas and your chi-chis and whatever, and you're doing this and doing that, but you got to be demure. You got to be mindful. So it's almost like she was trying to teach while she was doing it, as opposed to just saying, I'm being cute and I'm, you know, my makeup is more subtle.
Yeah, don't go to the interview looking like Marge when you going to show up to work looking like Patty and Selma.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
and so
you gotta work it out, be cutesy.
So based on that, I think that is where, the difference is, and people just gravitated to it. And people are also like, look, there's plenty of content that has been out here that other content creators have quote unquote copied. Yeah. And you just have to just go with the fact that somebody did it better than you. Yeah. And that's okay. Like, it is what it is. So now Selena has shut down her social because she's been trolled so much by everybody who likes Jools that I think that's why. But I mean, I think they also realize like maybe I shouldn't have tried to come at her so hard because it's not my word. It's not something that I can, say 100% with accuracy that it's me. But Jools has done so many different things where it's like, it's just very demure. It's very mindful. It's very very cutesy. And this original, I guess, message was from August 5th. So from August 5th until today,
she has been everywhere. She's been all over the world.
Everywhere. She is now quit her job.
Somebody give me a word so I can say it on the internet.
She's quit her job. She's actually moved into, she said, I'm out the hood. I've moving into a new spot. And her best friend who's been struggling and financially trying to figure out a place to live as well, they're going to move in together. She was talking about like all these brand deals and different things that are coming to her. And she's going to be able to afford her transition surgery now. And so all these things have literally happened in 2.5 weeks.
But then the thing is, it's like, okay, all this stuff is coming to you, but how do you got to continue it?
Yeah, how do you continue it?
How do you make it residual?
And that's what she was saying is that, okay, we got the Demure stuff and all of that, but I got to get back to what I was doing before that, which is makeup tutorials and this and that and, just like doing other things.
Okay, so she can end up being a makeup whatchamacallit, like a get sponsored for doing makeup. Potentially,
yeah. So it's just like trying to figure out, okay, what is the thing that she's going to be known for after this goes. Because, you had Risa Tisa, and then you're not hearing anything else from Risa Tisa. Yeah, so, sure. Now maybe Risa is working on that movie, because I heard she was supposed to be working on the movie for her scenario with Who the F Did I Marry? So who knows? But anyway, so that's all I wanted to share was that Jools. Here's another cute thing, right? So Jools is on a Southwest airline.
I'm not crazy like these other girls. Southwest isn't like these other airlines.
Southwest isn't like them. Listen to this. This is hilarious.
The airplane is nice and air conditioned. She's not crazy like these other girls.
We also want to say a special thank you to Jools for being on our Southwest flight today. We hope that everyone here, and including Jools, has a very demure, very mindful, and very cutesy day. Welcome to Chicago Midway.
So literally the flight attendant knew that Jools was on the flight and was like, have a very demure, very mindful, and very cutesy day. Yeah. And it's like, how cute is that? Yeah. So anyway.
How long do you think this is going to last?
Oh, it's 15 minutes of fame, I'm sure.
Yeah,
but
no, I mean, as far as the demure part, I think she's going to still do things and be good. But I'm talking about as far as the demure, how long people are going to be saying it.
I don't know.
I give it till the middle of next week.
No, I think it's going to go longer than that because I just think of it being like, and I know this wasn't the same trend, but like how people were saying fleek all the time and like that's on fleek and your eyelashes are fleek and blah, blah, blah. I just feel like demure is going to be something that will be in the, lexicon, as they say, for a while. Like, but it's not
out there.
It's going to be out there. I don't think it's going to be said as much as it is right now, but I think it could be Christmas and somebody is going to be like, oh my God, what you got as your present is so demure. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that, or your birthday outfit, girl, you looking demure.
Look at you. You're very mindful.
You're very mindful.
Very cutesy.
Very cutesy. And it might just be cutesy is the only thing that sticks. I don't know, but yes, I could see it happening. But anyway.
Everybody and their mom is talking about it.
Everybody. And I love it because you were the one who was like, are you seeing all the stuff on Demure? And I was like, no, I have no idea what you're, that's not on my TikTok. Like, I have no idea.
And you was like, I was walking out, you was like, okay, be very demure, very mindful. And I was like, very cute.
Yes, because you sent me down the rabbit hole after you said it. I
love sending you down rabbit holes.
You do. I know. All right. On that note, y'all, we have been down a lot of rabbit holes today.
We went down rabbit holes.
Yeah, so thank you so much for listening to Sestra-Tainment. Have a great night, everyone. Take care. Bye.